I really need to do this video. I'm feeling so happy now. And I don't really know why, but I think it's because something changed, something inside of me. I made the last video, and after that I kept working on my mindset, and now I believe way more in myself. That's something you should always do. Doesn't matter in what condition you are. And you can say I believe in myself, but that's not true, because consciously you may say that, but subconsciously, unconsciously, you are thinking that you cannot do that. That's not your goal. That's not in your power. But everything you want to achieve is in your power. The point is, do you really want to achieve it? That's the point. In my mind, I consciously say I wanna be a YouTuber, do videos. But unconsciously, I think I'll never do that. I take this as a duty. Even if it's not, I want to do that. But in my subconscious, I think I have to do that, which is not true. I give a lot of importance to this task when it's just a hobby. So I came here, I stopped with the car because I want to talk about something, and I started recording and I saw that I don't have a microphone, so the audio is very bad, and I told myself, okay, never mind, I'll do it home, I'll do it after, but I will not do it. This is a hobby. This is not a duty. So I stop here in the rain, in the car, and I'll talk to you about something. I wanna give you some trust in yourself, because I have a lot for myself now, and I can give some to you without changing. I will get more and more and more, and I wanna teach you slowly but steady how to get it, because it's not easy task, it's not a quick task, and it's not a linear path. I always say this to myself. It's up and downs, and if you can organize yourself and coordinate these up and downs, you'll get it. Every time I go up, then I go down, and every time I go down, then I go way more up. Okay, so I wanna start from the beginning, from where I was when I was less than nothing, when I was a weight on someone's back, when I was a weight on lots of people's back, when nobody wanted me around, because I didn't even want myself around. I was so negative. I was the worst company you could have, and I didn't like my own company. And I was depressed for not accepting my past, for not liking my lifestyle, my position, my goals. I didn't even have goals. That was the worst thing. I remember being mad on myself watching Naruto or some highlight videos and hearing I'm gonna be Hokage one day, and I told myself, wait, he's fighting for his goals. Why am I not fighting for my goals? Then I realized I don't have goals. I don't have anything I really want. I say, yeah, I would like that, I would like the other thing, but nothing I want to take, nothing it's mine, nothing I deserve, nothing I want to fight for. And there I started thinking, what do I want to do? And there I started building a relationship with myself. Not many people has a relationship with themselves. This is something you got to work. Let's say you are in the same condition I was. Bed, home, sleeping all day, skipping school,
skipping everything, because you don't wake up, you are in your bed, and it's 12 a.m. Yeah, 12 a.m. No, 12 p.m. 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and you still are bad. Because you don't find any reason to wake up. Actually, you say, okay, let's train. But what's the point? Let's study, but what's the point? Let's find a girlfriend, but what's the point? Let's find friends, let's hang out, but what's the point? And it's crazy. When you get there, I don't really have a solution, because there is no point. You just need to start doing things, and then you'll become more of a human. Your instincts will take place, and even if there's no point, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna be happy and productive. But that condition is where I began, and it was a long period, 1 year. Then I worked hard, then I got back there. So I think I can give you some advice, because there was nothing worse than that condition. Could have been, but that's where I started. So let's say this. And I was sleeping all days, all nights. Well, nights less. In the nights I would wake up and feel sad, lonely, and I remember I had to force myself sitting down, because laying down on the bed was hurting my back. For how long I was laying on the bed, and I had to sit, and it was so hard getting up from the bed and sitting down, just so I can get some rest for my back, and then lay down. And then I started liking the pain to my back, but then it was more painful and I couldn't handle it. So that's where I started, and how I got out of there. How? Let's say if you are in that condition, or if you don't like your life, if you don't like anything in your life, there's something wrong in your mind. That's the point. There's nothing else. If you are fat, there's something wrong with your mind, not with your body, in your mind. You got to solve that. You got to understand, accept that you have a problem, and solve it. And sometimes you may not want to solve it. Sometimes, lots of times, your unconscious fights against you, doesn't want to solve it for any dumb reason. Like, okay, let me give you an example. If you are in those conditions, just go to a psychologist. It's gonna be easy. And I didn't want to go, because my unconscious was telling me, no, you are a pussy if you go to the psychologist. You are not man. You got to solve it yourself. And that's one way that your unconscious can sabotage you and tell you, no, you keep staying in that condition. But luckily, I found the strength in myself, little by little. I don't really remember what helped me, but starting slow, just a little run, just making the bed and leaving, force yourself to leave. For me, it was the environment. I couldn't stay in that environment anymore. And since I was forced to stay there, that was my reaction. Yeah, just leave your environment if you don't like your environment. I got to the point where I hated my environment so much that I gave myself a timer. I gave myself 1 month. If in 1 month I couldn't leave my environment, then I would have went on the streets. I didn't care. I was so motivated to change my life. I couldn't take it anymore. And day 15 of the month, I left. After 2 years trying, after 2-3 years trying, I got to that point, and I was ready to go on the streets. I didn't think anything would happen, but
something happened because I really wanted to change. And if you are in a dark place, if you are somewhere where you cannot find hope, somewhere where there's nothing, you think there's nothing for you, you may be right, you are right, there's nothing, but that doesn't mean that one day there will not be something. You cannot lose hope, you cannot, because it's stupid. Hope is the only thing that brings you and makes you keep going. Now you have nothing to live for, now you have nothing that you want, but doesn't mean that it will always be like that. And today, for the first time, I feel so happy. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm gonna die one day and I don't wanna keep things for myself. One day on these YouTube channels there will be all the truth and always the truth. Okay, I'm gonna make a promise now. From now on, I will never lie on this YouTube channel. Never. Because I wanna be transparent and help someone out there. Today I cried for the first time in almost 10 years. And what I mean is that I was trying hard to cry after the psychologist therapy and couldn't. My eyes would like get dry and stop. And that's because I grew up growing up I had to be man. Even when I was a kid I couldn't cry, otherwise I would have got beaten, because you cannot cry, you cannot scream, because you have no reason to do so. And if you do so, then I will give you a reason. That's what my father used to tell me. I give you a reason to do that. And I was crying, getting beaten, and then I would have stopped even while I was beaten, because you have to cry. Like, you feel crying if you feel pain, right? But you can't, because you're gonna take one more, you know? And that's how I stopped being able to cry. And for 10 years almost I couldn't, but this morning I could. I accepted something in my life. The solution to any problem is acceptance. Any problem. You have a problem, you got to accept something. Go to the five phases and accept it. You can learn to jump over it. Like, there is anger, denial, negotiation, but you can actually accept anything and skip all the phases. Needs a lot of work, but you can do that. And you got to accept something. One technique I started using is, when you don't want to accept something, or you feel something could be wrong in your life but you're not sure, therefore there is a contrast in yourself. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Just do it. Just do it and see. Because if it's wrong, you're not gonna keep doing it. If you feel that something is wrong, something is not right, you're not gonna keep on that path. But if you don't even try, you will not know. It's like, I always thought hanging out it's bad, wasting time. You have to be productive, you have to work. But I did it, and company is not that bad as I thought. And it didn't damage me, because I still am productive. I still choose to be alone many times. But it helps me have that little break from a hard life, from grinding, because it's needed. I'm human too, and I need it. Sometimes I need it. And I lived for a long time without it, just being a machine, a real machine. And then I couldn't handle it anymore, and I got to that depression, to that year. It was quarantine, it was COVID, and it came out for plenty of reasons. Then I came back to be a machine, then I came back to be depressed, and now I'm here. I don't even know how could I come back to be depressed, because when I'm not saying I'm not. Sometimes, some days, like once in a month, I get there to that point again. But I learned how to deal with it. Now I control my brain. Now I can understand what, I don't know if I'm right about it, but I feel like I can understand my unconscious, talk to it somehow, and I can understand what it wants, accept what's needed to be accepted, and avoid it. So just work on your brain, work on your thoughts, on your thinking. Couldn't explain you. There is a world, a planet, an entire world behind it. And if you control your brain, you control anything. And now that I believe in myself, I'll prove it to you. One day, by one day, day by day, one day I'll prove you that I'll be there. I'm still losing in life. I'm still negative. Every effort I do gets contrasted. Now I'm a little fatty, because this week I didn't train, I drank, I rested my mind. I needed it. And I don't care. Before I used to get so upset on me if I had some weight more, some little fail, but now I'm actually enjoying it. Because I know tomorrow I'm gonna be there at 4 a.m. in the cold, running alone for 1 hour and 20 before breakfast. And I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna do this the whole week. This is what I worked this week on my mindset. And I'm not upset about my fat. I can take out the shirt and just show my boobies. Well, to you it's nothing. You see chest, but to my mind it's boobies, because it's a little soft. I can show my little fat. I have no more fat, but to my mind now it's fat. And this is right, because this is how you improve. I used to say, okay, I worked hard this week, I worked hard today, then tomorrow I can rest and eat a lot of junk food and compensate. But by doing that, you'll compensate, so you'll stay where you are always. And this is what I just realized a few weeks ago. Stop compensating. Do more work and a little less junk food, and you'll improve. But if you keep compensating, nothing is gonna change. Okay, I'm at 18 minutes. I had to talk a lot, but that's fine. Maybe no one will watch it. Maybe nothing is gonna change, not even in 50 videos. But I'm doing them, and that's the point. And I'm doing them not forcing myself. I'm enjoying this time in the car, talking. And this is the point. I'm beating my subconscious thought that I cannot do that I don't have the power to do that. Therefore, I have to give up before starting. So I hope I gave you some good advice and maybe some hope for the future, and we'll see next video.